Tech Genius TG have received a massive overhaul with the new support gained in the latest release. Not limited to a new boss monster with the Glaive Blaster, which I will mispronounce throughout this video, but also some crazy engine cards in the form of Dragonar and limiter removal. We've got all clear. All of these just crazy cards are insane. I personally have never played TG, so I've been sitting for the last, except for about 6 hours today playing it, except for yesterday playing it as well. Really trying to learn TG because it's not the easiest deck to play and learn. And this is the list that I've eventually come up with. I don't know if this is going to be like the finished list, but I've worked pretty hard on this. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It still has weaknesses, but it's going to. But I think this is definitely going to be a really solid starting point for anybody who wants to get in and play some TG competitively and successfully. This deck has been putting up some really impressive boards. It plays through a decent amount of interruption as well. Not like, again, it's not going to play through 8 negates, right? But if you get hit 1 or 2 hand traps, generally speaking, you're fine. And you leave enough room to play quite a decent number of hand traps yourself. So what is the deck actually aiming to do? Well, as part of its primary combo, what you're going to be using is either your Duel Star card or your limiter removal, or maybe just opening up enough random TG extenders to go into a end board of the TG Glaive Blaster, the Crimson Dragon for a hot red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity play, as well as having a TG Close Counter Trap face down. Now, what exactly does that board do? Well, King Calamity says, you're not playing the game this turn. Basically, they can't activate the effects of things on field, which they can't play the game, basically. Glaive Blaster allows you to banish monsters summoned from the extra deck off of the field up to the number of non-tuners used for its summon, which will be at least 2. That is a quick effect, no cost associated with that, and he even once per turn when a monster is banished gets to resummon it to your field, and that could be either player's banish pile. So you banish an opponent's boss monster, well, now it's yours. So this guy is absolutely incredible. And lastly, of course, we have a searchable and recyclable TG Close, which is an Omni Negate and a counter trap, which is just incredible. And these Omni Negate counter traps are super valuable because they can't be responded to. They can help shut down pesky sort of board breakers and things that would normally threaten your board. So we're not even overly weak to board breakers, which is nice. And yeah, just everything about the deck is great. Really taking advantage of the new Duel Star cards. You're playing a whole bunch of one-ofs as well. A lot of these are just one-of extenders. Some are core combo pieces, some aren't. And basically what we're doing is we're taking advantage of the variety that we can play in this deck, taking advantage of the hand trap lineup, and really turboing out some very impressive boards. And yeah, so basically what we're going to be doing in this video is taking the deck into ranked. This is going to just be a continuation of my testing. Like I said, I've been working really hard on this list and I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out, but I don't know if it's going to be a finished article. I am considering leaning more heavily into the Snake Eyes cards a little bit. Some part of me wants to start playing things like the Converged and stuff like that to maybe do some quick sync shenanigans with a Mighty Striker during our opponent's turn. But anyway, let's focus on the task at hand. We're going to get into some ranked here. If you're interested in this style of content or anything else, of course, that we do here, make sure you're subscribed to catch it as it's coming out every single day. Again, keep track of the channel and like this video if you want to help me get it out to as many people as possible. I'm not going to waste your time anymore at the start here. Let's just get right in. Now, this is a pretty complicated deck, or at least it can feel like that sometimes. It's a little xenophobic. You do get locked into TG's sort of mid-combo, not really early on per se. There's a few sort of like niche little restrictions here and there that you do need to be somewhat aware of. You need to make sure you're chaining things properly. So it's not like an absolute sort of brain off, brain dead type deck, but it's definitely manageable. For many people, I would say this is a really not too difficult deck to learn, and this is a pretty solid hand. So we're going to start off with our TG Rocket Salamander. Now we're going to chain to that but activate, targeting it, our TG Gear Zombie. So that's basically just a free summon, essentially. So now we're going to use our Rocket Salamander's effect. We're going to tribute another monster on our board. We're going to tribute that Gear Zombie there. We're going to summon out the Tank Grub from our deck, assuming our opponent allows us to. They try to stop us. I'm pretty sure you don't have too much interruption in your hand, buddy. I'm going to go for the callback here, and I'm going to call that one a game. So we're going to banish that Ash, and hopefully that's the end of his potential interruption. It seems to be. So yeah, I'm feeling somewhat confident right now. I'm feeling pretty confident. So Rocket Salamander is going to win us the game. There you go. This happens more often than I would like to admit as well. TG's a pretty fucking strong deck, and well, quite a number of people know that you're going to be busy synchro summoning for a while. So 3 dubs, I'll take it. Next game. Already getting into game number 2. Winning another coin toss. That's nice. You really do like going first, although you do have quite a number of extenders and things in your deck and some free special summons, so going second usually isn't the hardest thing in the world, but it's definitely a lot better going first. Ooh, okay. Full combo. This, full combo. There you go. So we're going to activate Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils. Let's go. You got the good stuff for me? Show me the good stuff. What have you got? Ooh, Shifter. You can shift your ass out of here. I don't think so, boy. Get that weak shit out of here. Okay. So hopefully he doesn't have anything else, because goddamn, we cannot really allow Shifter to resolve. Shifter is a really strong card, and it's especially strong right now, given all the new support that came out. It's pretty reliant on the graveyard. So we are going to special summon the Abelstar. We're going to drop that TG close from our deck, our hand, sorry, to the graveyard. Abelstar, the Black Witch, now going to come out to the field, going to use its effect to get searching then. So hopefully our opponent actually allows us to resolve the combo, because I would like to show off some plays, if you don't mind, sir. So we're going to activate now the Snake Eyes. Dropping the Abelstar to the graveyard, we're going to summon a level 1 from our deck. We're actually going to summon Snake Eye Ash. So Snake Eye Ash, basically on summon, will allow you to search your deck for a fire level 1 monster, which, you know, can be the Poplar that we already have, but most of the time is going to be your TG Rocket Salamander, which you can now normal summon and basically commence the same combo that we were about to do. We're right back where we started. Basically, what you want to be having on your board is Salamander and Grave, ideally. You can do that through other means later anyway, but mainly Tank Rub and any level 1 monster. That's usually just sort of what you're after. And there's a ton of ways of getting that to work. Tank Rub is a pretty amazing card here, because what happens when you use that as a synchro material is it summons a token, which is awesome. So we're going to use it and the Ash to go into Mighty Striker. Mighty Striker gets searching on summon for a TG spell or trap card, and then we've also got the Grub is going to grab us a token as well, which is key. Very, very important token as well. So we're going to grab TG All Clear is usually the card you want to go for. And so we're going to use TG All Clear here. Let me see, what is that in the graveyard? Yeah, that's what I thought. I am actually going to just... I am going to draw one here, purely because I kind of want to hit a cross out. I want to hit like a call by, that sort of thing. See if I can't dodge myself another interruption later in the turn. That's an Ash. That's a good draw. I'll take it. So we're going to go for TG All Clear. We're going to use the All Clear. We're going to pop the TG Mighty Striker. We're going to search our deck. Normally we would search our deck for the Screw Serpent, but we already have a Screw Serpent, so we're just going to grab a random extender. So you normally grab this card. Bear that in mind. We are not, because we already have it. I'm going to grab myself a Booster Raptor. Yeah, let's grab the Booster Raptor. Doesn't really matter which one. The only real difference is one's a token, one's a tuner and one's not a tuner. But usually it doesn't matter too early on which you grab. So now we're going to use this. We're going to send our... Normally, again, here you send the counter trap from your deck to the graveyard. We already have it in the graveyard, so we're going to send a TG limiter removal so that we can use its effect in grave later on, if applicable. So we are pretty set here. We're going to go for our Screw Serpent. Screw Serpent going to activate, going to bring back from the graveyard our Salamander. Out it comes. Perfection. Now we're going to use the Screw Serpent and the Salamander to summon out possibly one of the strongest synchro monsters of its type in the entire game. We're summoning out TG Over Dragonar. Over Dragonar is basically, what is it, Soul Charge or whatever its name is, on legs. This is nuts because on summon you basically get the special summon from the grave as many TG monsters as you possibly fucking can. So usually that's all of them. So we get to spam the field with monsters here, which is incredible. And now we're going to start setting up some draws here. So we're going to use our Screw Serpent and the, I believe the Tank Grub would be our target here. Let me see. Yeah, let's use the Tank Grub. Now, we do need to be a little bit careful here. Even I sort of trip myself up sometimes at this point, so I'm going to take it slow for a wee second. I'm going to make sure I get this right, because you don't want to mess this part up. Basically, at this stage, we're going to be using the other effect of our Rocket Salamander to bring back the level 4 tuner from the graveyard. We're bringing back the Screw Serpent. Screw Serpent's very important here because of its level and the fact that it is a tuner. So we can use these two now to go into the TG Star Guardian. It doesn't matter which of these you use necessarily now, because we're both using them for the same purpose. So Star Guardian then going to come out. Star Guardian going to grab from the graveyard, yet again, your Screw Serpent, right? Again, we're recycling and reusing that level 4 tuner, because that's how we're getting all of our level 5 synchros. And from level 5, we jump all the way up to level 10 and 12, which is pretty fucking awesome. So we draw into 1-for-1. That's not a bad draw either. So now we're going to go Star Guardian. We're going to summon out the Screw Serpent from our hand. Out it comes. Now we're going to use these two to go into a second Dragonar. Again, this could be like a Power Gladiator if you really value versatility. But the Dragonar, again, I just prefer running as many copies of Dragonar as I can, because the card is insane. We do get a copy of Limiter Removal as well. Interesting. Very interesting. So we're going to use 2 cards now. TG Star Guardian and the Dragonar. To go into the Blade Blaster. Right there, Blade Blaster is awesome. Get to draw another card. Teacher Help Librarian is just fucking silly. And that's a large part of the value of this deck, is just how silly this card is. And this card, it's just nuts, man. How stupid some of these cards are. We're now going to Synchro Summon using these 3 monsters. We're going to go into the brand new Royal Rare Tech Genus Glaive Blaster. Glaive Blaster is pretty awesome, and I'm about to show you why. We're going to use its effect. We're going to banish our own TG Blade Blaster. So what's going to happen then when that card is banished? We're going to use the second effect of Glaive Blaster to bring it right back to my field. So it's coming back. We didn't actually lose anything, and because our Synchro Monster was banished while this was in the grave, we get to reset it to our field. We have the counter trap in play, which means we are 100% protected from any potential board breakers our opponent might want to play, which is very important because we've got quite a play lined up here. So we're going to summon back our Blade Blaster. So now we're going to play... This is your full combo, right? So you can either one Diabell Star does this, one Wanted does this, TG Limiter Removal does this, or if you just have like Salamander plus Extender does this. Tons of ways to get this set up. Is pretty fucking amazing. It really is. I am going to activate the effect of... I'm going to use the effect of Limiter Removal in the grave. It's recycling effect. Because we don't really need anything in hand right now. We don't need anything in hand right now. I'm going to shuffle back one of my Dragonars. Just so we have it in the extra deck, because I really fucking love that card. It's very important to make sure we're stocked up on it. We got the Ash, we got the Imperm, 1-for-1 for follow-up, pull. We got so much stuff, man. So much. Now, this part's important. Pay attention to this part. So, toggle on. Toggle on. We're going to be able now. We're going to use our Glaive Blaster, or sorry, not our Blade Blaster right away. Going to activate the Blade Blaster. What it does is it banishes a TG card in the graveyard to banish itself until the next standby phase. So we're going to banish specifically the Mighty Striker. Now this guy's going to go. That's totally fine. That means our Glaive Blaster can bring back the Mighty Striker from the banish pile that we just banished. So we're going to bring back the Mighty Striker. There it goes in defense. Great. On summon, I'm pretty sure we get the search. We do not, because it's only on Synchro Summon, I think. Great. So we go into the standby phase. Guess what time it is? It's the next standby phase. So we get to bring back the Blade Blaster right away. And just like that, we've got a level 2 tuner with a quick sync effect. We've got a level 10 non-tuner. And we should be pretty much set for a really powerful play. They're going for end of main. We're going to activate the effect of the Mighty Striker. They're going for some sort of evenly matched. They're going for a board breaker. We're not going to let them do it. We're going to use the Mighty Striker. We're going to go into the Crimson Dragon. Using the level 2 and a level 10, we're going to quick play Synchro Summon on our opponent's turn into the Crimson Dragon. We're going to bring it out to the field. Now, again, toggle is still on. We are going to activate Mighty Striker just because we can. We're going to not chain. Do not chain. I've made that mistake so many times. Do not chain. We're going to send a Limiter Removal to the grave. Again, its recycle effect is super useful. Now you can activate Crimson Dragon. It has to be Chain Link 1. Remember that. Chain Link 1. Uno. Shuffle back the Crimson Dragon. Summon out King Calamity. This could be any of the big Synchro 12s. This could be Cosmic Blazar, Shooting Quasar. This could be Cosmic Quasar. It could be any of them, right? But we're choosing Calamity on this occasion because it is, generally speaking, the most powerful. At least right now. So now that this guy's out, basically for the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in the field. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to that card's activation. So they can't activate cards on field, basically. So, cool. This should be a pretty done deal as far as I can see. And if they do have, yeah, they can't even use it. I'm pretty sure they had evenly matched in hand, and they just can't even use it. Or maybe they were just doing it to try and scar us into using our cards early, but I think they genuinely do have evenly matched. And they just couldn't activate it. I'm going to check their deck. They did, right? They had to have evenly matched, and they couldn't use it because of Calamity. We still had our banish off of our glaive. Double banish off the glaive. We still had our counter trap. We had the Ash. We had the Imperm. We were just set up. This deck's fucking awesome, man. Let's keep her going. Let's keep her going. Just wanted to quickly point out. Totally had evenly matched. Next game. Alrighty, so getting in our third game here, very, very exciting here. Gonna rank up using Tech Genius. We did rank down a little bit using this deck. We were testing a lot of different tech cards, and I feel like we've really got the balance. There's probably still work to be done. There's different versions of it. You could probably play more gas, less hand traps, and get more aggressive that way. It's full combo. Initially, I'm looking, I'm like, full combo. Sliver removal, just full combo, just insane. So, what we're going to do is we're going to use the TG limiter removal, of course. Just going to activate it. Just going to activate it. Why not? So we can actually do a few things here. I think this is a really good normal summon, actually. I'm going to drop the TG close. So the reason I'm playing Poplar is not only does it make our Ash more useful in like situations where we just like hard draw it, it is also not like the worst normal summon in the world. I'm going to be honest. It really isn't. So what can we do here? I can normal summon you, right? Hang on. If this card is normal or special summon, add a Snake Eyes spell or trap from deck to hand. So I can grab the Snake Eyes card, sending Pulpar, summoning Salamander, right? Which means that here I can just grab extenders, right? Is that too much? Is that too much? Is that too much gas? I am going to grab you, and I'm going to grab... And you know what? I'm going to keep it nice and simple. I'm going to keep her simple. I'm not going to complicate things right now. I'm just going to, nice and easy, normal summon the Salamander. Just normal summon. Going to special summon out the Booster Raptor because we can. Special summon. Right? And now we're going to go for the Rocket Salamander's effect. We're going to activate. We're going to tribute the Salamander. So now it's not as susceptible to the likes of an Imperm if he has one. We're going to summon the Tank. There we go. Perfect. Full combo. We got it. We got it. We have another call by in hand, by the way. We're getting pretty lucky with that, huh? We're getting pretty lucky with that card. Glued to our hand. We are playing 40 on the button. So again, as close to 40 as you can possibly get will make it even more likely for you to open up your outs to hand traps, which is very important, of course. So we are going to activate our cards. Again, fairly rigid combo unless our opponent interrupts us. That's the only real point at which things change, is if they interrupt us. I'm thinking he has an Ash, because he couldn't chain anything there to us, but he could respond to the Salamander. So I'm thinking it's Ash. We're gonna activate TG all clear. Gonna use the all clear. We're gonna pop that Mighty Striker. It has to be an Ash. It is. Fucking knew that. That's fine. We've got call by. We don't care. We do not care. Gonna banish that shit. What is people and this basic ass lack of fucking drip out here fucking basically naked? What is going on? Get drip. Look at this shit. We're out here showing up, ready to impress, taking fucking souls just because the Tech Genius is just that good, man. People are terrified of it. I'll take every free win Master Duel is willing to give me. Let's get into Diamond 3. What can I say? We're just ranking up live here. Oh, this is our first coin toss loss. That's good. I do want to show off some of the weaknesses of the deck. I don't want this to just be like 30-40 minutes of me just like winning games and getting quick and easy surrenders, or you know what I mean. I do want to show off some difficulties. I hope someone really challenges us here and beats us. I do hope it's a good game though, is my only thing. I don't want it to be a shitty game. We are definitely going to go for Maxi here. Never punished. Never punished. 60 card deck, buddy? Yeah, you fucking no chance, buddy. Got that Aliber on deck. Toggle off on the Ash here. We're going to Ash that Brand of Fusion and make our opponent very sad. I don't think so, buddy. Easy, Ash. Get that shit out of here. Yeah, there was no way. 60 card deck, you're not drawing into your call buys, you're not drawing into your cross out. It's simply not happening. Get that weak shit out of here. And if he special summons anything, he is simply playing into my Maxi. Oh, he's... Give me cards, sir. Give me cards. Revealing the Grangwynal, gonna summon out the Cartesia to the field. Nobleman of Crossout is a hell of a fucking card to draw. That's a nice draw. I'll take it. So the Cartesia is somewhat annoying. I'm kind of curious. I'm thinking about whether or not... I'm gonna go for Salamander first, I think. Let's go Salamander first. Right? Let's see if he Cartesias. He might hold off until we activate. I'm gonna activate our Salamander now. We're gonna tribute the Salamander. Yes! I knew he would do that! I knew he would do that! Get fucked, idiot. I fucking knew it. That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking, do we go Souls, but then not be able to imperm? Like, I knew as soon as I activated a card, he would trigger Cartesia. People are just so programmable to just do the things that you want them to do. Oh my god. People are just so programmable. It's wild. There was zero reason for him to do that. Zero reason for him to do that at that exact moment. But he did it. But he did it. Oh my god. I love that. Love that. We still have Crossout as well. We're feeling good. We're feeling hype. And then we got our Magician Souls as well. I really like Magician Souls in this deck. Not only does it give you, like, on occasion, that nice little bit of draw power. The draw power is not something you want to focus on. It's mainly the fact that it's just a free level 1 special summon that already works alongside your DFL Star package. There's no cost, there's no nothing. So why wouldn't you play it, right? It's just good. There you go. Full combo because of Magician Souls. Now, we've got a couple of options here. If this is imperm, and he imperms my Mighty Striker, I don't care. If that's the case, we do not care. The only situation in which, like, I mean, realistically, I really don't care at all, if I'm being honest. If he saves it for, like, a Dragonar, then maybe. I think this is like Branded in Red or Branded Banishment, and he said it with the expectation of being able to put one of his cards in grave. So we are going to grab TG Limiter Removal. I have no intention of using it. I think these cards in hand are way better. So I am going to use the TG All Clear. Perfection. Going to use the All Clear here. Going to pop that Striker. Going to send... Sorry, add to hand the Screw Serpent. Standard combo stuff. This is what you do. This is your standard combo. Going to use the Mighty Striker. Going to mill the Counter Trap this time. Hell yeah. We're getting to look at pretty much all of the different cards and packages, which is nice. Now we get to use our additional normal summon from a continuous spell. Gonna get to summon the Screw Serpent. Gonna bring back Salamander. You need to bring back a non-tuner level 1 monster. So the Salamander is what you bring back, or like the Falcon, whatever, as long as it's level 1 and it's not a tuner. That is important. So now we're gonna go Dragonar for our coveted Soul Charge, or whatever the name is. I always change it. It's Soul Charge, I think, isn't it? Soul Release is the spell that lets you banish 5 from grave. I don't know. But all I know is this shit's nuts. And we're here to fucking take souls. So we're going to play all 4 monsters from our graveyard. That's just incredible. Every time I do this, I think to myself, like, there's no fucking way this card is legal. Like, that's such a disheartening thing to watch your opponent do. Like, he just watched me summon 4 monsters from my graveyard. So... what I've learned in testing, and even within the confines of this video, try to get the tank rope off the field because the monster you're going to recycle over and over is going to be the level 4 tuner. Now, it doesn't matter too much because, again, so long as your grub isn't negated, it can be used as both a tuner and a non-tuner. So which of your level 1s you use first really doesn't matter because all 3 of them are going to get tuned alongside your Screw Serpent to get your 3 level 5 synchros to, you know, get your level 10 and level 12 that we did last game that we're not doing this game because our opponent's too much of a pussy to stick around and take his lumps like a man. So we're going to get into the next game. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to, like, you know, go too far. I don't want to say anything out of turn. This is probably the strongest anime deck in the game. Probably. Code talkers. If you remove like the math making shit like that, I do think that this deck probably better than Code Talkers because it's a lot less, it's a lot more versatile, sorry, in a lot of situations. I think it's better than Salamangreat for sure. Man, it's just so good. It's so good. I'd be confident in saying this is the best anime deck, which is awesome. It's really nice to see an anime deck that's actually really good. By the way, we have seen TG Cross in our opening hand 3 games in a row. That is not a good thing. Like, you really want to mill that card off of your Mighty Striker, so it's actually a bad card to see in hand. But I don't mind, because in most circumstances we're still able to get rid of it, so I don't really care too much. So it's all good. The only way in which this is a bad maxi, so I'm big into shotgunning maxi right now because of the risk of Dia Bellstar. That's it. So because of the risk of Dia Bellstar, we're right back to where we were with Cash, where we need to kind of be ready for them to do a preemptive inherent summon. So if you want to catch them at like the best possible time, you really need to hit them before they can summon the Dia Bellstar. Or if you are of a more gentle persuasion, you may want to wait and just give them their 1 free summon and then use it afterwards to protect yourself from potential gamma. That's just not how I roll, right? That's just not how I do it. So what did they reveal? They revealed Dark in hand. So they got Borger. What did you search for? Okay, search Borger. So we know 1 card in hand. We know Borger. Gonna grab Mad Love. If we try to target Mad Love, he's just gonna bounce it. So I'm not gonna waste my time. That'd be dumb. It's fine. I'm not gonna do that. It's not worth it. Gonna grab the probably Snow Devil. So this could be tough. This could be tough. Really, it really could be. Going second is definitely a weakness for this deck, and going second against top tier decks like Branded and Vanquish Soul is definitely no walk in the park. These are the best decks that Master Duel has to offer. Like, these are top tier contenders. So let's see how we handle it. So the Mad Love, realistically, you've only got 3 choices, and I think Continue is pretty fucking stupid. So I think you're either Dust Devil. If he adds Dust Devil and then only sets 1, then I know he doesn't have Earth in hand. If he grabs Snow Devil, then he's either optimistic and really wants to grab an Earth through some form or fashion, or he already has all 3 elements. And the fact that he's taken so long to decide is telling me he probably doesn't have all 3. Probably doesn't have all 3, which means he's probably going to grab Dust Devil. What? Oh, sorry, I was looking at the logs, like, weirdly. So he's probably going to grab Dust Devil, because I don't think he has all of the elements in hand. Buddy, you can pick a card. Relax. I'm not going to bite. Grab Snow Devil. Interesting. Took him a long time to pick that card. Took him a long time to pick that card. Could have been distracted, to be fair. Could have just been, like, watching YouTube on the side. I get it. I do it too. I'm guilty. So, there is that. But he took a long time to pick that card. We know he has a Dark. We know that much. We know 1 card in his hand. We know 2 cards in his hand. So there's 3 unknown cards. Bouncing Razem back to hand. Okay. He has Earth, Dark, Fire. We know he has all 3 now. We know he has all 3 now. Okay. Shit. That's not good. Whew. Okay. Not good. Okay. Linking off into Rock of the Vanquisher. I can get behind that. That's fair. Rock of the Vanquisher going to add a Vanquish Soul from Grave of the Hand. Yep, that's fair. This is main phase only, right? During the main phase. Yeah. So we're going to immediately imperm this thing. Set 1, set 2. So he has Borger, Razen, Madlove, Maxi. That's his whole hand. Borger, Razen, Madlove, Maxi is his hand right now. So toggle on. 3 face downs, including a Snow Devil. Call by. That's good. Definitely going to imperm here, just on the rock to make sure he can't abuse that. 1 less summon for our opponent, which is nice. We have the call by for the Maxi. That's huge. Call by for Maxi is fucking huge. Okay. How do we play this? How do we play this? Let's go for Dia Bellstar right away. We're going to drop TG close. We're going to sort of pressure our opponent a little bit into using that Maxi if they're going to. I'm kind of hoping he drops it, expecting us to summon a bunch. Sure, I am more than happy with that. I already have this card in hand. I am more than happy with that. Okay. Right. So we're going to activate this. We're going to activate Original Sinful Spoils. He does not know we're playing... Oh, he does know we're playing TG. Fuck, never mind. There's the Maxi. That's no Earth. He has no Earth in hand. He doesn't have an Earth in hand. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. Get that shit out of here. Okay. He has Razin. He has... Oh, he can use Razin to search for one, can't he, though? How does he summon Razin, though? He has to use the trap to summon the Right, but he has to summon the Razin using the trap to search for the Earth, which means that he's not going to have it. So at worst case scenario, he's going to be able to go Caesar Valius with a pop, but he's not going to be able to use the Snow Devil to significant extent, which is good. Okay. We're confident. We got this. We've got this. We're so... Like, we've got it, right? So we're going to grab this guy. Snake Eye Ash. Going to use the Snake Eye Ash. We're going to add to our hand the Poplar. This is where you value extension and just bodies, right? That's where this comes in, because we're going to go for the Poplar now. Poplar is going to be very useful because it immediately summons itself to the field. That is one additional body on our board. Very useful. So we're going to summon you. Okay, now we're going to go for the Rocket Salamander. So he has one threatening back row left. We don't know what one of those are. We know one Snow Devil, which doesn't do much. It's still painful, but he has to kind of commit everything to it. So we're going to use the Rocket Salamander here. We're going to tribute it away. Perfect. For the tank grub. Perfection. So now we're going to go for the Mighty Striker. We're going to use these two. Going to summon our Mighty Striker right over here. Gotta love it. So the Mighty Striker then, Chain Link 1, of course. Chain Link 2 then, our Tank Grub. Tank Grub's going to grab us that token, which is going to help us a lot in this long game. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. There's the Tank Grub. We're going to grab then TG All Clear. Okay. TG All Clear then, going to activate. We're going to get searching our deck in just a moment, switching all of our monsters, all our TG monsters, sorry, specifically to machines, which is important. Because you need machines to use the secondary effect of your Salamander, which we will get to in just a second, because we're going to use that TG All Clear. We're going to pop that Mighty Striker here. And we're going to get searching our deck for another card. We're going to search our deck. We've already got the Screw Serpent, so we're going to grab the... We'll grab a Gear Zombie. Gear Zombie is fine. Mighty Striker, going to activate, going to mill a card as well. So what have we got in grave? We got a lot of stuff we can use. I'm going to send Limiter Removal, because, again, it's got a really useful graveyard effect, which is nice. Great. Now we're going to go for the Screw Serpent. Now, the good thing about this is even if this gets negated by something like an Infinite Impermanence, we still have our Poplar on board to deal with a potential interruption, which is awesome. So that's what I'm saying. You're just using your advantage to try and put yourself in as confident and as solid a winning position as possible. We do have to go for Dragonar here. Dragonar here, it's so risky, man. But it has to be done. It has to be done. We're going to use the TG Rocket Salamander. We're going to use the Dragonar now. Dragonar going to bring back a few cards from the grave. What have you got for me? Probably should have dealt with that Screw Serpent, buddy. I'm not going to lie. We're going to bring back these three. So it's important that we have the level 4, the Salamander, and the Striker. Those are the most important 3 cards. The Tank Grub just acts as an additional level 1 extender, which we already have in the form of Poplar, which is nice. We do need to be rather careful on what we use as material here, because some of you are specific and some of you aren't. So Hyper Librarian, which is our first one, is not specific. So what we're going to do is summon that one first using the Poplar. So we're going to use 1 and 2. So that now removes that concern. And you often don't want to use the Salamander. You don't want to use Salamander first, of course, obviously. We're going to place the Poplar in the Spell Trap card zone because why not, I guess. Sure. Doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. Okay. Are you gonna, like, call by this? Okay, Vanquish Soul Snow Devil. Alright, okay. Alright. Gonna grab you. 1, 2. Revealing 2 attributes. That's what I thought. No board wipe for you, sir. He is gonna get to deal some damage here. He's gonna get to summon a Vanquish Soul, and his Vanquish Soul monsters will be immune to destruction for the rest of the turn. But it's not something I'm ultimately too worried about. So we're going to get to play Poplar here. That's fine. So Razin then will get searching. Is he going to try to immediately pop my... He'll have to search for a fire to do that, which means no... He is searching for a fire. He's going to try and wipe out my Librarian. Smart. Smart. I don't know why he wouldn't have summoned it here, though, to wipe out 2 monsters, but that's, you know, I guess he really just doesn't like the Librarian. Valid. Librarian's a fucking... That's an annoying card. But that means that, ultimately, that's okay, right? I'm pretty sure that's okay. Because now he gets to summon Xiaolong. And Xiaolong... It doesn't have any fires in hand. So, like, what are you gonna do? Your hand is 2 dark monsters. I know what's in your hand. You get 2 dark monsters. Gonna use the Borger. Gonna shuffle back Razin, I imagine. Okay, so now I've got 1 fire monster, so you can do, Are you just gonna try and, like, raw top deck into 1? That's a ballsy play. But I'm for it. I would do it, too. I would try it. Just to try the draw 1 off the dark, to try and draw a second fire monster. Draws a second fire monster, then he can use the Xiaolong to search for Caesar. Caesar comes out, pops a card. Oh, I don't think he got it. That would have been hype as hell. That would have been so fucking cool. Even though it's our opponent, but like, still, man, that would have been a fucking play and a half. You gotta, real recognizes real, you know what I mean? Like, that shit would have been based as hell. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. It really is. Alright, so we're gonna use Uno and... Dos. Yeah, let's use you 2. Probably should have got rid of the Grub token because it can't be used for a Trident. Again, you want to put yourself in a position where as many of your monsters are as flexible as humanly possible. That's the goal, right? You want flex. That's the point of the deck, to an extent. So we're going to grab back our Screw Serpent. That's okay. Then we can use the Star Guardian to summon the Screw Serpent again. Awesome. Gonna special summon you. Great. So he can change a battle position here, but he can't do much more than that. So now we're going to use the Screw Serpent and the TG token. We're going to go into our second Dragonar. Okay, what have we got in our grave? We got limiter removal. Okay. Don't have a normal summon. I'm trying to just, I imagine our best play here is Glaive. Probably. If I were to guess, yeah. If I were a bitten man. So we're gonna do Uno, Dos, and Tres. Into the Glaive. TG Glaive Blaster. Fuck, I always get that word wrong. So we're going to use the Glaive Blaster. We're going to banish that fucking rock of yours. Just one less monster on board from me. One less monster on board from my perspective. Get rid of that shit. We can do that twice per turn, by the way. Incredible. So we've got a couple of options here. So we can banish... Ah, damn, I wish I grabbed the fucking Falcon, dude. Man, I always grab the wrong one. I wish I grabbed the Falcon now, because I would have been able to do some cool stuff. Because I could banish the Screw Serpent and then summon it back to the field and do all that fun stuff. Let me see. So I can use the limiter removal. We can add a card back to hand from our graveyard. What can we add back to hand? Anything useful? Probably not. Okay. I don't think we need to go too in-depth then right now. I don't think we need to go too crazy. Again, overextension is a recipe for disaster. So let's just take our licks. Let's swing in. Let's take out this Xiaolong. He's probably going to switch our battle position here in just a second. Which is fine. That's okay. Alright, revealing the Razing. Going to switch us to defense. That's fair. Doesn't even target. Me and Phase 2. Lose 1,000 attack. Yeah, I think I legitimately do think we just have to call it a turn there. I am going to use my limiter removal. I am going to use its effect here and now. We're going to grab ourselves back a card. Going to grab back... I think Dragonar for now. Alright, and you discard normal special summon, that's fine. You can banish this card target a TG monster you control, increase or decrease its level by 1. Then we get to resummon it back to our field off of the blaster. It doesn't do anything for us though, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. It doesn't do anything for us. So Glaive Blaster, not the most impactful card in this particular matchup. Purely because our opponent isn't really going to be abusing their extra deck as much as many other opponents would be. I wonder if there was a different play we could have made there. Could have done you, summoned you out to the field, treat you as a non-tuner, but I wouldn't have, yeah, I don't think there was really a play, to be honest. I don't think there was. That's fine, it is what it is. Maybe reduce you to 4, grab grub, but then how do I summon it? Yeah, no, that doesn't work either. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things, I think. Oh, brother. And double Razen. Alright, let's get searching. It's gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Okay. Xiaolong. I can only imagine he's going to grab Caesar, right? Yeah, you have to. You have to grab Caesar here. Yep, stand by me in. That's fair. So the Xiaolong Borger core here is going to be rather difficult to deal with. Not the worst though. We can do it. We can do it. This is fine. We can definitely do this. Razen is a pain in the ass, for sure. Razen. Okay. Oh, it's gonna destroy my Star Guardian, huh? I don't see myself getting really a ton of useful opportunities for this. I'm actually going to banish the TG Star Guardian here. And what it's going to do is basically just protect it in a way, because it'll get banished. Yeah. That's fine. You're not even once per chain, that's nuts. So it gets banished. So it doesn't get destroyed by the Razin. And then the second effect of the Glaive Blast. Oh, I could have set up the counter trap. Oh, that's what I could have done. There you go. Even I'm still making misplays with the deck. There you go. Oh, we could have set up our counter trap. That would have been so huge. That would have been absolutely huge. Okay. Yeah, I don't see us making it out of this one, Chief. I'm not going to lie. Valius here, I think, is going to put an end to us. Valius, a once per turn pop, man, is sounds small. It sounds small. It isn't. It's not small. I can guarantee you that. So this guy on summon gets to grab a card back to our hand. Gonna grab back the Screw Serpent because we might as well have some form of follow-up. Maybe, potentially. You're going to, yep, destroy another card in the field. Doesn't even target. Again, doesn't even target. Yeah, this is tough. He has to pop the Glaive, right? Like, it has to be this guy. It has to be. The Tamer! That's what you fucking get, pussy! Tamer best win con! Let's fucking do it! Oh my god. I would say well played, but obviously not, you fucking pussy, if you were lost at the time limit. Let's get a look at the deck. Yeah, I didn't even notice how long that Vanquish Soul duel was going on for. It went on for over 20 minutes. That was insane. Anyways, this is our list. So as you can see, there's a lot of one-offs, and that is part of the beauty of the list. The idea is that you're trying to put yourself in a position where no matter what cards you draw, almost every card in your hand is going to be usable, if not all of them, which is the idea, right? You want to have one or two. So basically, if you have one of your one-card combos, you're golden, right? The objective of the deck is not only to balance combo, it's to balance the possibility of drawing both 1 and 2 card combos, of which there is a plenty. There's tons of both, which is important. Then the second part you want to get right is the hand trap lineup. You need to have a lot of hand traps. We were running more, but I found myself in too many positions where I didn't have enough engine. So I've tweaked the ratios. I brought them down to this. I've got 12 hand traps, sort of 12 flex spots to work with, and I think that left us with the perfect amount of flex where we're constantly seeing at least 1 or 2 hand traps in every hand, while also seeing the protection that we need, while also seeing the combo that we need, and the gas that we need, and the extenders we need. It just felt nice, right? You saw the gameplay, you saw it here live. You know, like, what more do you want? I'm going to very quickly go through the list here. Again, I explained pretty much all the cards as we were playing, but if you want any more sort of detailed breakdown of the list or of any of the cards, make sure you hop into our Discord where you can ask questions, we'll take you through it. But for now, for the purposes of the video, let's just quickly go through the list, and we're going to start off with our level 1s. We've got Jet Synchron, TG Booster Raptor, TG Tank Grub, TG Gear Zombie, TG Drillfish, Magician's Souls. We got that TG Rocket Salamander at 3. We got the 1 Snake Eyes Ash and the 1 Snake Eyes Poplar. We got the triple Maxi, triple Ash Blossom, double TG Screw Serpent. We got that triple Diabell Star, the Black Witch, one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Really at this point, to be honest. 1 for 1, which is incredible. TG Limiter Removal, which is just insane. Searching for any 2 TG monsters with different names is just broken, man. And it's you use its graveyard effect more often than you do its hand effect. It depends on whether or not you just like hard draw it. But its graveyard effect of being able to recycle shit back is so big. Like, just a really good card. We got the original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye at 1. We've got 3 copies of TG All Clear. Again, bonus summoning, bonus searching. What's not to love? Double Call by the Grave, single Cross Out Designator, triple copies of Wanted, Seeker of Sinful Spoils. The Royal Rare is in fact mandatory. Triple Infinite Impermanence, and TG Close, the counter trap card to round out for our main deck. The extra deck I put a lot of work into. There was a lot of trial and error, a lot of back and forth, a lot of considering this and that, and I know that the extra deck may not line up or look quite as ambitious as many of our people's lists, but I think that we're playing not only all the cards that we need to be playing, we're playing them at the ratios we need to be playing them, and we're leaving enough room to account for your oddballs or the straggler situations where you otherwise wouldn't have had a play, right? That's where the Axel, Synchro, Stardust Dragon, and the Baron de Fleur come in. These guys are not part of your main combo. These guys are here as follow-up or for when shit goes wrong. And that's something that many lists out there that I saw weren't really accounting for. They were just sort of the mind that, okay, it either goes my way or it doesn't go my way. They weren't trying to mid-range their options and be like, okay, it either goes my way or I've got these options for when it doesn't go my way or it just doesn't go, right? So it's that little middle part that everybody else seems to just be ignoring, and they're splitting it into two extremes. We're trying to mid-range it a little bit just with a couple of extra deck choices, in particular those two, to try and bridge the gap for when you're just left with these really awkward hands and situations. Because they do happen. They happen a lot. Well, not a lot. Not since I've moved on to this build. I have really sort of saw a massive drop in the amount of situations in which these cards have been too necessary. But it is still really nice to have them. You don't have to play them, but you can. But I'm going to go through my list anyways. We got the double Mighty Striker. Mighty Striker is incredible. Having the second one doesn't always come up, but having the second one to go into for turn 3 or turn 4 is sometimes useful, and it does in fact come up sometimes. TG Wonder Magician is a nice... So what's important, what I should mention about the TG Synchro Monsters is that a lot of them quick synchro during your opponent's turn. So Striker, quick synchros, the Wonder Magician on summon pops a spell or trap and then can quick synchro during your opponent's turn. It is a tuner, by the way. This is also a tuner. And then we also have the TG Star Guardian, which is another tuner, which is incredible. We're playing this at 1, 1, and 2. We got that one TG Hyper Librarian, finally playing this card in the deck in which it was designed to be played in. I'm running TG over Dragonar at 3 copies. You don't have to run 3 copies. I think some people are running 2 of him and 1 of the Power Gladiator. Why? Honestly, if you're gonna play this card, if this card is in your deck, just play a Fur Dragonar. Do yourself a favor. Just play a Fur Dragonar. It's just better. This card is absolutely broken. You always want to have one in extra deck for your follow-up. On turn 3, if you need to rebuild the board, you want Dragonar. If you're only running it at 2 and both your Dragonars are in the graveyard from your first turn combo, you're fucked. So run it if you can find the room, run it at 3. That's my advice. Axel, Synchro, Stardust Dragon, purely to work alongside the likes of Mighty Striker to go into Baron de Fleur, very important. We've got TG Blade Blaster, important part of our combo, like you saw in the gameplay. We got the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, King Calamity, alongside our Crimson Dragon. Again, you saw it as part of the combo in the gameplay. The TG Glaive Blaster, unfortunately, the Royal is mandatory. If you don't have the Royal, you're just going to have to go back, play a different deck. The Royal is mandatory. And lastly, the custom card TG Trident Launcher. Who gave this deck Reverse Trishula? Why do I get the special summon a TG monster from hand, deck, and graveyard on top of Soul Release or Soul Charge, sorry, on the Dragonar? Like, why are we just playing banned cards? Why are we just playing banned cards? Why is that okay? But yes, that is the full deck list. Absolute blast. If you're a fan of Synchro Summoning, if you're a fan of Antimony in the anime or the 5Ds anime overall, this is going to be a deck for you. Definitely going to be a major contender in the Legends Anthology coming up very soon. And in general, I would say possibly the strongest anime deck in Master Duel. Prove me wrong. I'll see you then. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like the video if you haven't already liked the video. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.